Welcome to the Daily Coach's Sports Leadership Lessons, a reading of some of our greatest hits from more than 6 years of email newsletters that have been read by tens of thousands of leaders and learners. If you want our latest newsletter delivered to your inbox every day, you can subscribe for free at thedaily.coach/subscribe or follow the link in the description. The power of friendship. Every now and then, a sports story captures the imaginations of thousands. And in 2025, the Toronto Blue Jays were doing exactly that. It's the kind of thing they write movies about. The underdog team from Canada going up against the biggest payroll in baseball, the LA Dodgers. When reporters asked Jays slugger Vladimir Guerrero Jr. about the so-called mismatch between the Jays and the financial behemoth that is the Dodgers, he didn't flinch. "We all know who won that, right?" Guerrero said, smiling at the mention of David and Goliath. That quiet confidence says everything about this Toronto team. The Dodgers entered the 2025 World Series with a chance to become MLB's first back-to-back champions in a quarter century. On paper, they were untouchable. But on the field, Toronto manager John Schneider saw something else entirely. "The one thing we cannot do is to look over there and say this is Goliath," he said. "That is a beatable baseball team that has its flaws and that has its really, really good strengths. How we expose each of them will determine who wins this series, and I've got all the confidence in the world in my guys." It helps that the Jays had built genuine friendships, the kind fans can feel a part of. And nothing captured that better than the pull-out couch story. Outfielder Addison Barger slept on teammate Davis Schneider's pull-out couch the night before the first World Series game. "He's a head case, but he's funny," said Schneider, and in that moment it was clear how deep the camaraderie runs. At its heart, that's what this team represents. It's a reminder that success often begins long before the first pitch is thrown. Baseball itself was in a season of renewal. Attendance was up. Television numbers were climbing. The pitch clock had injected pace and life back into the game. Even as labor negotiations loomed and payroll disparities widened, the sport felt vibrant again. But beneath the stats and storylines lies a timeless truth about leadership. The greatest advantage any team can have isn't always financial, it's relational. Teams like the Blue Jays remind us that friendship, trust, and shared purpose can level any playing field. When people believe in one another, they compete harder, communicate better, and endure longer. The Dodgers might have the budget, but Toronto had something money can't buy: a clubhouse built on genuine connection. As every great leader knows, connection is a force multiplier. In the workplace, in families, and on the field, the same principle applies. When people feel seen, supported, and valued, they overachieve. When they know the person next to them has their back, they take the swing that changes everything. The 2025 World Series was more than a clash of payrolls. It was a study in belief. The belief that heart can still stand up to horsepower, that culture can compete with cash, and that friendship can carry a team further than anyone expects. "It means a lot to be here," Guerrero said of Toronto's run. "We do this for the fans, and I feel so good and so happy to be here. We've been working really hard to make this happen, and now it's really happening." For every leader watching, his words land like a challenge. Work hard, believe in your people, and build something worth belonging to. Let's ask ourselves these questions as we consider the power of friendship in our own lives. Where in my life am I relying on resources instead of relationships? Do the people I lead feel my confidence in them? When was the last time I reminded my team why the work matters and who we're doing it for? The Dodgers may have had the payroll advantage, but Toronto had each other. In every era, that has always been the real power of friendship. Thanks for joining this episode of The Daily Coach. On behalf of Michael Lombardi, Coach George Raveling, and the entire Daily Coach team, we're grateful for your support. Remember, the most important person you will ever lead is yourself. Keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep showing up.